There we go. What can I do without you? I'll have a lot of people mad at me. There we go. Okay, recording has started. Thanks, Melody. So the collaboration is super important because you need to understand you are just one person. And obviously, like I said with Lincoln, we're starting to focus on our area so that you can become really visible and well known in your area. I'm going to say that again. You want those 33 contact points with clients continuously. So you want to be in front of them, and LinkedIn is a beautiful place to do that in front of the right crowd, the decision makers. But at the end of the day, whether you are based in a specific area and that is a larger city or a bigger town, you can't service everywhere, not in that area unless you want to spend the whole day driving, and definitely not countrywide. So it's important that you understand that through collaboration, you can get involved in sales just about anywhere. So you can't hold on to every buyer. I think it's just impossible to hold on to every client. And you can't be everywhere at the same time. I always say real estate agents' currency is actually, it's not money, it's our time. And I think that the way that we spend our time really either makes you a super productive agent, that you will have the benefit of a financial reward, but at the same time also you'll have a good life to live. So you're not just continuously working. But at the same time also, like through that collaboration, you'll find new joy and new relationships in your work. So if you really start opening your mind and opening doors to collaborating with people. And I mean, we spoke about it the other day, when Melody had that great idea for us to start sharing profiles. But just in this little room here, we've got agents from right around the country. And this is where the relationship starts, but not just at our LinkedIn lesson, because we're speaking about it. There are continuous training opportunities throughout the year, and different training will lead to different people that are there, and different people that are attending means that it also is for you an opportunity to do networking and to build new relationships with. So finding opportunities, in-person training, online training, where you could be with other professionals will open a lot of doors for you for future collaboration. I love this little quote that says, people talk about you in rooms that you are not in. And LinkedIn is a perfect profile for you to kind of set yourself up on a map or on a stage like that, where people can have you as top of mind. People can really talk about this lovely person that they've met online. And this is not, I want to say, the weird meet online. We're not on a dating site here. We don't have stalkers on Facebook or Instagram sending you random weird messages. This is professionals that are all on a platform because they want to build business relationships. So always understanding the difference of LinkedIn is so super important, so that you don't miss out on opportunities. And having people speak about you in a room where you are not is always a great thing. I always say there is no such thing as bad publicity. Any advertisement for you is a good thing. Okay, so we want to have a total referral mindset. I think the more that we are focused on something, the better we do at it. So if referrals become a focus for you and you utilize LinkedIn, as we've discussed, with the changes you can make, how you start building up an audience, how you get the engagement through visibility, by engaging constantly on the app, it'll start pushing you in front of more people. But outside of just those clients that you can meet, people that you can, buyers or sellers that you can meet, also having a larger audience is important for you, so that people can start having you top of mind for a specific area. When you are a referral partner or you work into referral business, I'm such a firm believer that you always see what you can give first. Nobody goes out there and they just ask. They ask for business to be sent to them. If you come with a giving heart and an open hand, and you're willing to share with people, and you're willing to see what you can do for them and their business and how you can support them, inevitably that is what human nature is like. When someone does something for us, we want to do something back for them. So if you give a referral, I promise you someone's going to go out of their way to find an opportunity for them to pay that favor back and give you a referral. So don't show up with a mindset that you want to receive and you're just there because you're hoping people are going to start sending you referrals. actively look for opportunities of how you can contribute to someone else. Because if you can contribute to someone else, they will contribute to you. I'm such a believer of the circle that, or the wheel that will always turn. So show up calm. I'm like saying this to you in November of 2025, as if everyone's not been running around like crazy people and so much to still do. But be present where you are. I always believe that we've got so many distractions. So we're talking about a LinkedIn platform here, and then you get your Facebook and your TikTok and Instagram, and then you get WhatsApps, and there's business WhatsApp and private WhatsApp and email boxes and phone that can ring, so many things that can go on. I like to always say to people that we have to remember a mobile phone or a cell phone is there for your convenience, so that you're able to utilize that piece of equipment when your time allows, but you can't be ruled by it. So it's extremely important that you are not always just standing by your phone, available to your phone, and that you actually pay attention to what you're busy with. I sometimes really struggle with my phone because of the volume of stuff that I get. And if I had to spend my time on my phone the whole day, I won't get anything else done. So people like to say, oh, Lizna, you're so busy. Yes, I am busy, but I'm productive. And I think that there's a big difference, because being productive means I don't run after everything that comes my way. I don't stop what I'm doing to pay attention to something else that's got a bell and that's ringing in me. Because if we do that as real estate agents, we are always going to be pulled into directions, being super busy, but not seeing the results from that, not having the production. So stay calm, show up calm, whether it is on LinkedIn, whether it's in a person session where you're meeting someone. Be present at the moment when you're there, because you can't really build up a relationship that can turn into collaboration or that can turn into a referral if you are all over the place and distracted. And while you're meeting with someone, now you're answering the phone because the phone's ringing and someone is calling you. If you get that busy, and I see a lot of agents that are like that, you are answering the phone for a potential lead, and you don't know what lead you are possibly losing by not having a 5-minute conversation with the person that's actually right in front of you. So it's very important that you pay attention to what's going on around you, not just at technology that is coming to you all of the time. And then stay steady. For me, consistency, that is such a big thing. They always say the devil is in the detail, but it's sometimes the details are so simple that people oversee it because they think that it can't be that simple. So for example, the 10 minutes a day, you could be like, but it's 10 minutes a day. Exactly. It's only 10 minutes a day. You will know that you're doing very well and you did not waste your time sitting through these training sessions or watching a recording if you couldn't make it for the live one, when next month, this time, you're still doing 10 minutes a day. If you're not doing it anymore, all of this was pointless, because that engagement gives you visibility. And if you're not engaging, then the most beautiful page that you've got out there is going to go nowhere fast or slow, because nothing's going to happen. So that consistency that you need to have, and I mean, I'm referring it back now to the 10 minutes a day for LinkedIn, but it really is in real estate, those very simple foundational things that you do to build up clientele, to build up a referral network, to build up collaboration. If you don't do the boring stuff every day, you will struggle to build a solid foundation for your business. So stay steady in the things that you take on. I'd rather recommend you take on less and ensure that you can stay steady with those tasks that you need to do every single day in your business. And then we build trust through behavior for everything that we do. And that's why I'm saying stay steady, stay calm, show up when you're supposed to show up, do what you're supposed to do. At the end of the day, our word is everything. And if we are committing to something, we need to follow through, whether that be to a client, whether that be to a referral partner, whether that be to the person that's standing right in front of you, that is looking at you, answering your phone or answering WhatsApp. So be present where you are, and look at the beauty of that moment rather than rush to the next one. Even if you just allow in your schedule a 15 minutes for that moment, for that meeting. So there is a huge difference, in my opinion, of someone that's super busy and someone that's busy but productive. Because as real estate agents, I've seen so many real estate agents that are super busy. And if I say super busy, it's like day in, day out, they're just running around after stuff. But none of those things that they paid attention to is actually going to convert into business for them. And we can only do that when we go calm. I see a lot of people, for example, that has got these alerts on their computer, because you'll have your Instagram linked to it, and you've got notifications on, or you've got your WhatsApp linked to your desktop. So now you're busy doing emails, or you are working on your LinkedIn profile because you've got the time set out, or you're busy with some farming or canvassing. And then the next moment, the WhatsApp pops up or something, some notification, and immediately your eye drops there and you're distracted. And then you're like, oh, I need to do that. And then you go down that rabbit hole, and then you leave everything that you were busy with on this side. So setting out blocked time periods and saying, I do not care if the Pope calls me. I am not doing anything but this for the next half an hour, because this is what I need to get done for me to be most productive today. So referrals will automatically come when you are someone that displays continued trust. And trust is not something that you build super easy. Trust is something that comes over time with consistency, because you continuously show up in the same way, respecting other people's time, appreciating what they do, but also see how you can help them instead of just seeing what someone can do for you. So I think the first thing that we look at, and we have tapped into this a little bit, is, but who do we connect with for collaboration referrals? And obviously our best place to start is with other real estate agents. So first of all, you would look in your local area and you'll start finding agents that you can connect with there. I don't care which brand they're at. I don't care where they work. None of that really matters. I don't care how many listings they've got versus how many you've got. A person that is working in the industry is someone that is doing the same things than what you are doing. And it is someone that can become a referral partner for you, especially in the bigger cities. You might think it's only a couple of kilometers away, but at traffic time, that couple of kilometers is an hour one way out of your day. And you really want to ask yourself, is that 1 hour that I'm driving there to do a viewing, to do an appointment, and then a 45-minute or whatever back again, is that really worth my time if I take 2 hours out of my day driving for an appointment like that? What if I was working with someone else that is living 2 streets around the corner from that property, and we have come to an agreement to collaborate on that, and those 2 hours that I'm saving myself on a Tuesday and on a Thursday that I would have been driving there to do viewings, how many other mandates is that bringing in for me? How many other opportunities is that bringing, rather than listening to tunes in my car? So the opportunity when people are willing to connect with other agents and really start collaborating and working with them is actually incredible, because it frees up more of that currency that I just told you that you've got, which is your time. And I sometimes see agents hold on to something, because I understand we all work really hard to get a mandate, and sometimes it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, and then they just like kind of hog it and they want to hold on to it. But the way that I've always seen real estate, I think, is the same with any other business. You are only making profit out of that when it doesn't take too much of your time, when it didn't drink in or gallop in hours and hours out of your time. Now, you could be the person that says, okay, but I've only got 2 mandates. I can't be sharing this with someone because I've only got 2 mandates. So I've got time to drive there. If that is your mindset, yes, you do, and you will continue to have time to drive there because you will continue to only have 2 mandates. But if you start connecting and collaborating and you bring other people in and you're willing to share and say, you know what, you take a client there, I know I can trust you, I know we can work together, and you build those bonds, eventually you will have 6 and you'll have 8 mandates, because if you use this time that you would have wasted sitting in traffic to be productive and to grow your business, you will get the percentage from that property and of 5 more that you will be listing and selling at that same time. So it really is important to understand that Agents aren't your enemy. We are all in the same boat. We're all really hardworking. And if you're willing to collaborate, I cannot tell you how much that has paid off for me in my business over the last couple of years. Then after the local ones, you go to out of area agents. You find agents that are completely out of your area, different province, different town, doesn't even matter. And you might be like, listen, why? I have never even been to that town. I'm never going to go there. I'm not going to drive there. I'm not going to do anything. You don't know who they know who could be moving to your city next week or next month, or live down the road from you that could be a connection for your next mandate. So using your LinkedIn platform for just 10 minutes a day could start building network and relationships with people like that. So then you go bigger, you go national agents, look at other provinces, look at other areas. And for the last year, I've really opened my mind to international agents as well. That's something that I was aware of, but I was like, oh, you know what, I've got my client, international buyer, that would do an inquiry, but I don't really see the point of having these relationships. And since I've built them up, like, I'm just amazed by the opportunities that it opens up for you, learning opportunities, referral opportunities. So you really have to get out of the box of the way you would normally think. I had to get out of my own way to be able to allow more opportunities in. I have, for example, listed and sold with 3 other agents in complete different provinces this year, which before I wouldn't have even touched, because I was like, no, this is how I know things and this is how I do it. And it works really well for me. I'm successful in doing that. So I'm just going to stick to it. And the more that I've opened my mind, the more opportunities has just come my way, where I'm able to really work into other provinces. I'm doing the admin, online advertising, all of that. And that person is going out to that property, getting the photographer in, doing the viewings, and we collaborating on those properties. So there's so many different opportunities if you just start opening your mind and thinking a little bit differently. So your next client can literally come from someone in a complete different town, even in a complete different country, if you just open your mind to it. So it really is a mindset thing as well. When you start working on these platforms, to who do you open your mind to, and what possibilities do you open your mind to? So connecting with those, I hope you got them down. Sorry, is someone saying something? I can just ask you guys to mute your mics for the video.
I think Jason had his hand up. I think he wanted to ask a question. I think his mic is on.
I'll go for it.
Sorry, Liz, no, you already answered it. Thanks very much.
No problem. Okay. So, oopsie daisies. What happened? There we go. Oop, no, one more. There we go. Okay. So, you want to start learning and looking how to spot good partners, good referral, good collaboration partners. And it takes, like we just said, it takes some time to build up trust, not just for people to trust you, but also for you to trust other people. And sometimes just making the effort to build that trust from your side will automatically happen with the other person as well. So you want to look for agents that show up online. For me, for example, I would give a good look at the number of people that we've got in the room today. So if I can draw a comparison over how many people send an RSVP on session 1, session 2, session 3, how many people actually showed session 1, session 2, and session 3. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here, because you guys are literally showing up. And showing up is so important in everything that you do. So whether it's an online thing, whether it's a live event, sometimes we don't feel like doing something. You're like, oh, I'm not going to go to that training, I'm busy, or I'm not going to do that. But you never know what good partner you could have met and you could have started collaborating with if you did go out of your comfort zone. And I don't mean day on day, week on week. Again, we got to be productive, but you have to put specific time slots out for various different things. So for training, for your own growth, for networking, both in client atmospheres and then also in atmospheres where there are other agents, so that you can find good collaboration and referral partners. You always want to bring the energy when you're somewhere. There's going to be no point in you going, I'm an introvert, so I know if you don't feel like it, but there's no point in you going and then just standing in the corner and not making conversation, because that is not going to lead anywhere. It might be just as hard for someone else to talk to you because they don't know anyone there either. So show up with energy, make a commitment to say, you know what, I'm going to go there and I'm going to go out of my comfort zone today and meet 2 new people. And who knows, maybe that becomes a friend, a lifelong referral partner, whatever. You never know what is around the corner unless you put yourself out there and you show up with that energy. And then you also want to build trust where you are. And trust is in the small gestures. It is in allowing other people to talk about themselves and say who they are, rather than just overriding the conversation, talking about yourself. So I think it's such a good balance to allow people to speak, because that is how trust is built as well, when someone can hear you and you can hear them. And then you always want to work clean and clear. So if there is a referral or collaboration, from day dot, you put in writing what is the agreement around this. Then there is no opportunity for anyone to forget. Maybe they've got several referral partners. Maybe they are so distracted, they're not really taking the conversation, but they're going, yes, 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 that's the commission split, or that's what we're going to do, or whatever it is. So whenever you discuss something verbally with a referral partner or with someone that you're doing collaboration with, make sure that whatever you agree is win-win. So you want something that is to the benefit of both parties. And then at the same time, also, you want to go put that in writing, send it in a WhatsApp, send it in an email, and then it's confirmed. And then there's no drama later on. Everyone knows what they're in for. So make sure you do the effort, because sometimes people can be like, oh, but we said it, so it's fine. No, because someone can forget, and because someone could have understand something differently. So I'll pop it in writing, it's there, everyone's on the same page. And if there were any confusion, then that would give an opportunity for the conversation to be had before the working relationship or the referral relationship starts. So collaboration works when both sides show up in the same way. So the same then, what you expect them to show up, you have to show up for them as well. And I always believe you can't receive with a closed hand. So if you've got an open hand and you are willing to share and open your hand and your heart, that means you've got an open hand to also receive for someone that wants to work with you. But now you're saving me. I need some water. Go for it.
Sorry, Liz. Yeah, so just a question on my side. Okay, I'm down in East London. Is there, when we do cross company referrals, it's 50-50. Do you guys in Cape Town and Joburg and Pretoria, whoever else is online at the moment, is that sort of what you do, or do you go for a 60-40? I'd just like to hear what everybody else does out there. Thanks, Lisna.
No problem, Lynelle. We do the same. I don't know if there's anyone else that wants to weigh in.
Well, it depends if you have a good relationship with the agent as well, because sometimes you do get those agents because you are the particular person that you are. It will be a 60-40% commission break. I recently actually experienced it with the old agency I experienced, and the mandate has been sitting on for the property in particular for 6 months. And he still came back to me and said, no, I'll take 60%, you take 40%. But I had the qualified buyer. So it all depends on the relationship as you have as well.
Also, it depends on if you've got a sole mandate or not.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Melody, you can go for it.
Oh, I thought Johan was going to speak ahead of me. Were you going to say anything? Or?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I just had to take my ears off. No, the other thing that I think everybody must just remember is the fact that I go normally on a 60-40 split because of the other agent having to do most of the work. If I'm just the referral, then you know, the more commission should go to the person, to the agent does most of the work. That's how I work it.
So Johanna, sorry, before you go, Melody, I want to ask you why is the other agent doing most of the work? Is there not a way that you can split it? So for example, one of my greatest strengths is online marketing of a property, understanding how to market it instead of just listing it. So a lot of agents would prefer for me to do online marketing. I run on that side. I stay in communication. We're on a group with the sellers. So I'm very much involved, except for the physical viewings or a physical show house.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Lisna, the problem is Bloemfontein is absolutely dead. I say that with all respect to anybody who is on the line here in Bloemfontein. So I have a lot of collaboration with other agents in other areas because of that fact. It's not that I don't do anything on my side. I bring the buyers and I bring a lot of sellers. So from my side, I do the collaboration, but they do the physical entities of the transaction.
Melody, you wanted to say something?
I think my understanding, mind you, because I'm somewhat still new to the industry, so please, I could be incorrect, but from what I've understood is that it's situational, essentially. Like each case, you kind of look at it as it comes, and then you kind of see, okay, like what's the situation? Like who's taking on more work? We negotiate then the percentages, and then we do paperwork to get that in writing up front. So it's very clear, like whose responsibilities are whose, and then whose percentages, you know, so it's not necessarily always going to be 50-50 or 60-40. Like, I think from what I've understood, sometimes it's like, even if you're just referring over a client for someone else to essentially do the work, it's like 20% or something like that. So is my understanding correct? I saw some thumbs go up. So I'm guessing that that's accurate then, what I've understood.
100%. It's always up to the individuals.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's continue. There we go, next slide. Content that attracts referrals. So obviously I have sent you the little content plan. I have kind of covered this already. This feels like a little just worded differently, but let's run through them again because your content is really important. Johan just mentioned Leo's content, for example. So here is a room of 40 people having a conversation over someone that a lot of people won't know, but because of the quality of his content that he's got on LinkedIn. So what I was saying before is exactly been happening here right now and due to the content. So he's being discussed in a room with 40 people, inevitably, where he's not at, and that came about because of the quality of his content. So what goes into your content is really super important. First of all, getting that landing page to a good standard and building on that continuously, like we did in lesson 1. Lesson 2, we spoke about the content, and here we just had such a beautiful example of how effective good content can be. So you want to do different things. We covered this: market insights, buyer or seller wins, behind the scenes, what a day in the life looks like. And it can be a day in a life for a real estate agent, but then it can also be something personal if you decide to post over the weekend. Remember, we want to post Tuesdays to Thursdays, work-related, 9 to 12. And then you could have team shout-outs, congratulating someone else, a colleague, someone you're working with, maybe something that you've done really well in those little things. Or you do about something, how you work, how you help someone, how you are at a photo session, how you have just signed 2 offers, whatever the case is. So giving various different information is important. I see so many agents that want to post don't want to spend any time or energy on a posting, and for that reason they just stick a listing in, or they stick a just sold in, or whatever, just to make it fast and go away. And again, if there's not variety and quality in that content, you're better off posting less. So you're better off just posting once or twice a week, rather than every day, and the quality of content is not there. So people need to see how you operate before they can trust you, and that content is an opportunity for you to build that trust by showing who you are, what you do, and putting your sense and work sense out there. And then how do we start conversations? So we've done some of those connections. Remember, you want to reach out, make connections with people in your local area that could be potential buyers or sellers in the future. You're going to reach out to some agents to build some collaboration partners. And the next thing is how to start conversations, because I mean, we can connect to people all we want, but if there's no personal relationship growing from that, then what are we really doing? Are we just playing around for the 10 minutes a day, or what are we doing? So we really want to convert that little mobile device conversation or new connection into something more real and deeper long-term. So you want to comment. Remember, I said don't use the shortcut 3-word comments that they auto-type for you. You want to comment with intention. You want to really read the post, not just sit there and press the 3 words and comment, and you're like, okay, well, I've done my 10 minutes and I had my engagement. You want to comment with intention. You want to think about a post that you really enjoyed, and you want to put some impact into it. And you want to also reply with some thought. So remember, one of our things said that whenever someone comments on your post, you want to reply to that comment, but you don't want to just reply again with a quick fix, so to say that you've replied, because if your reply is well thought out, having further engagement is so much more likely than if you just go for a standard thumbs up or a 2 or 3 word little reply. So really thinking about having that as a conversation starter for a longer term relationship versus just a new connection is the difference between building a real relationship and having an online quick interaction. So you always want to open with something warm, maybe ask a question. I have had a recent, very interesting, it was actually on Instagram, but very interesting DM experience with a real estate agent in the US, which I am enjoying. We're still chatting because of the way that he's asking me questions, because like normally there's so many conversations going on, you can't upkeep them all. But if someone is asking you really good quality questions, it's very hard for you not to engage. So those are the things you want to put thought into. And I've really been enjoying our conversation because I'm learning from that opportunity, because the way that he's communicating with me, the type of questions that he's asking me is enticing me to think, how can I answer rather than just a plain, straightforward, short answer just so that I've answered. I don't go directly into the answer. I'll give my opinion and then give him the answer to the question that he wanted. And that kind of enticed more conversation, which has now been very interesting to see how we communicate, both real estate agents on the different sides of the world, but it's such a good learning opportunity. So instead of just seeing it as a potential connection or a potential whatever, the good thing is it can also be a learning opportunity for you. See the way they phrase things, whoever it is that you're talking to. And I mean, that might happen for 1 out of every 10 or 20 conversations where someone is not just the normal, hi, how are you type of thing. And those are the opportunities you want to learn from, but those are also the type of communication you want to engage with. That is who you want to be when you're online. That is how you want to interact, because that'll entice people to start a deeper, more real conversation about the industry, about how we work, about how we do things, which could become a great learning opportunity for you or for someone else, and build a real connection because of the way that you communicate with them. And again, an open hand. So you always want to add value first. Wherever you go, I feel like in life, if you show up with a sense of adding value, and that is your goal, then automatically the wheel will just keep on turning. So things will happen. You'll build really good, honest and genuine relationships. And through those relationships, you'll have good friendships, good referral partners, good collaboration in the future. So make sure that your communication is light and it's fun and it's not just all serious and business-like. And I don't mean tell them jokes and get funny, but don't be too formal. Interact and engage on an inquisitive manner. So the more inquisitive you can really be, the better it is for someone, or easier for them to open up to you. So yes, just a little bit of an idea for a very soft approach, that if you want to reach out to a person, so say for example, another real estate agent, hi, I love your content. If you ever need help in my area, reach out, always happy to support. It's short, it's not over conversational. You are engaging with them obviously because you've seen what they do online, which you really like. And this is such a nice way for you to just kind of open the door and start the conversation. There's no pressure. It's not like you're pitching something. You're just opening the door and then seeing if there is a conversation to be had, and for someone to become a potential new friend and later on a referral or collaborator. You want to build a referral system for yourself. So it's important that you put structure into what you do so that you can remember, because otherwise it's just this conversation you had a couple of months ago on an app on your phone, and it's almost like gone and forgotten. So building a little system means you're building real relationships. So say, for example, I've now met Johan, he's in Bloemfontein, we've been chatting, and I put that on my little list to know, I now know an agent in Bloem. And Melody said the other day she's from Centurions, and I put that on my little list, which means once you see something, because you write it down, and I mean, you don't need to have hundreds of this, like one day. It means that when you are in circumstances or an atmosphere where someone says, oh, this person's moving from there, or this person's moving from there, you could have maybe even on your phone a little note, and you'd be like, you know what, I actually know someone there that can help you, or someone that would be able to assist that family member of yours. So it's important that you make sure you save something, and then for you to add notes as well, like who is this person, because otherwise you've got to go reread all of the conversations just to see that was that agent in the US that you started talking about that was saying super interesting things about systems that they use. So building a real relationship means you checking in with people. So you're checking in once a month, once every 2 months. That's how real relationships are taken from a platform and it goes into real life. And that's what you need to do for it not to just be someone you connected with on an app once upon a time. If you can add tags, so you might sometimes transition a relationship from the messaging app within LinkedIn to your WhatsApp. But you can add a little tag, you can make sure that you know who that person is. And again, we're not looking for hundreds and hundreds of people that you're building these personal relationships with. For you to really get someone to become a referral partner, or for you to potentially collaborate and work and sell properties together, it means you need to build a relationship. You need to hopefully see them, if not in real life, then on a computer at some point. And you need to really build a relationship where there is space for trust, which means it's not about the 100 people, but sometimes you need the 100 people to find 2 that you can build really good relationships with, for you to enter into future business with. And then you always want to update if there's something going on in your area, in the market, depending on whether it be a referral partner that's an attorney or a referral partner that's a moving company. I mean, it really could be anyone from various different areas. So whenever you do your page, you focus on who you are and where you're working, but that does not mean that your network can't go wider than what that page is. So always keep that in mind. You want to stay top of mind. I'm going to say it again, your 33 contact points. It's so imprinted in my mind, I don't think I can let it go. But that is something that they really need to see to eventually think of you first when they think of an opportunity to refer or to collaborate. So how to really boost your collaboration online is share your wins, share the things that you're doing well, share the things that the people around you are doing well. Celebrate with someone that's from the competition when they are having an amazing month, or they've sold good properties, or they post a win that they've had, their child that has gotten married. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't always have to be work related, but you can celebrate other people and be happy for them for their success, and be happy for them for what's happening in their life. It doesn't need to be like, oh, you're not from my brand, or you're not from my company, or all of that's irrelevant. You're not from my town. If you want to build real relationships and have real collaboration, it means you starting to find real connection with people. And then always keep the energy clean. It's so easy on apps or things to misunderstand the person. So always ask for clarity. I believe in being inquisitive. If you can ask questions, then there is no misunderstandings, because people get a different opportunity to say something. One of the most interesting things I heard, probably I think it was last year, was the way that we say things as a person. We would hear it the way that we mean it, but it doesn't mean that it comes across to the pair of ears that's hearing it. So it's very important to ask questions when you don't have clarity on something, because people always come from their point of view, or their stance, or their understanding of something. Obviously, always stay professional. Don't use it for a dating app. It's not one. So make sure that you stay professional when you build these connections, and that it really is a long-term trust relationship for you. So people always partner with people who uplift others. I love that saying that says that there's a time for everyone to shine. It's sometimes daytime and the sun will shine, and then sometimes it's nighttime and the moon or the stars will shine. And when it's your time, it's your time. And when it's not your time, celebrate with other people whose time it is. So be uplifting and be a positive energy as you go around. So I'm always about the things to avoid. Cynthia, go for it.
Sorry, I was meant to send you a thumbs up for that.
No problem. Love it. So don't spam people. Don't be, oh, these people that message you like 5 times and you haven't even said hello. Those are normally the stalking people. So I'm talking about someone stalking you on Facebook. You know what I mean, Melody? And I'm like, no, this is not a conversation if only you've messaged me a lot of times and inappropriate things. So don't be a spammer. Don't be weird. Don't copy and paste scripts. I know we all use ChatGPT, but I actually said to someone the other day, we were having really good personal conversations as we were navigating something, and he kept on sending me extensive ChatGPT script WhatsApps. And I said, well, if you actually want me to talk to you, you have to type. So either type for me or send me a voice clip if you don't want to type, but do not send me ChatGPT messages if you want me to stay engaged, because now I feel like, is it really you saying this, or is ChatGPT interpreting you? So I think it's really important that we understand that people can see what is real, how do we sound, how do we not sound, and it's okay to use ChatGPT, but make it your own. And especially if it's a personal conversation, building a relationship, don't start having these extensive ChatGPT messages that you go back and forth to send to someone. I'd rather keep it a little bit shorter, 1 or 2 sentences, but it's my 1 or 2 sentences. It wasn't prescribed to me. Don't just ghost people and like chat to them now, and then for 6 months they never see you or know about you again. Do not show up with any office drama online that you want to share with someone, or any other drama for that matter. And don't just go out and ask for referrals. So this says not too soon. I actually think like asking for referrals goes way down the line after you've given a referral, but that you don't even need to ask. People will just give it to you in return. So I'm not a big fan of asking for referrals. Go for it, Michelle.
Hi guys. I just want to ask, is it easier to do LinkedIn on your phone? First question, on your phone or on your laptop? And then secondly, I think it's a mindset too, because like I'm not a LinkedIn person, so it's going to be a mindset to differentiate between social media and LinkedIn, because like social media is just a completely different platform from what I'm seeing now. So it's definitely a mindset that we all need to intentionally be aware of. Am I right?
I think you're 100% right. There is social media and there's LinkedIn, and they are very different, and the way you interact on them are very, very different. I personally use my phone 95% of the time. Sometimes in most of your apps, you'll find some functions that you'll only find on a desktop, not always in the phone functions. But most of the time I would use the phone. But I think if it is harder for you to differentiate which app are you on now, then say LinkedIn I'm doing on computer, but everything else I'm doing on the phone if you have to. But I'm very conscious of the fact that when I'm in LinkedIn, I'm in LinkedIn, and it definitely needs to be treated differently, and your thought patterns around it needs to be different, because LinkedIn is not really a social media platform. It is a business collaboration and networking platform. And I think seeing in that manner is one of the most important things. So I think that's a good question, Michelle, because it is easy for people to think it's just another app like Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and it's not. So your behavior is your billboard. People look at the things that you do, not necessarily just the things that you say. So if you're going to say something, do it. And then some just ideas for collab posts that you can use. And I mean that's posting out. This is not a DM or a direct message that you're sending. It could be a little banner. It could be in a little artwork. If you have got a very specific thing that you're asking for, like, for example, looking for a Gauteng partner. But I think we found a couple on this platform already in our training, or a buyer moving to Cape Town, who can help. All of those things will open different networks and different people, because that post will get shared. But don't just go put it out there if you don't need it. But that post will get shared and you'll start building up a new network. But sticking to your 10 minutes of basics until opportunities like that comes up, it will automatically start building a network of people for you. And another one, investors seeking opportunities. Let's connect and then see what comes about. But first, you want to spend time before you go post something like this out. You want to spend time to build that connections, to get your page in good condition and good shape, to have some good content that is showing on your page. Because as soon as someone sees something like this, they'll be like, okay, but is this person legit, before they even think, am I going to do business with them? And for them to see whether you're legit, unfortunately, is going to be about your page, is the things that are on there, good content. So if you show up as a connector and not a collector, things will automatically just happen. Relationships will be built, and you will make amazing friends and referral partners on the long run. Then, like I said, today is all about taking the LinkedIn, the platform, on our phone into the real world. And because you're starting off with this on a more community scale, that comes with purpose. Because if you start on that community scale, it doesn't matter whether it's an attorney or a moving company or a local coffee shop owner that you've connected with, you want to take a relationship like that and translate it into the real world. You want to go have a coffee at that coffee shop. You want to see if you can maybe do a collaboration where you do 5 vouchers a month that you give off for some of your old clients as a birthday gift, with a little personal written note to say that I hope you have an amazing birthday, coffee is on me. And you might even have an agreement that if they take that coffee voucher in, they can have a piece of cake because it's their birthday or whatever it is. And then in turn, again, you can do a little post for them on your page where you're having a cup of coffee there, or a photo with that owner to say that you love visiting this local coffee shop in your area. Because now you're giving them exposure, you're giving them access to your network. And in turn, they might say to you, what can I do for you? Well, I'd love to put up a little we recommend board or something that I'm doing with my clients at the moment. And then you take that business that you've got and you expose it into a local business while you're building a friendship and a business and referral partner. So you want to take whatever connection you build online, especially in the beginning, because this is what this is all about. There's no point in having connections on LinkedIn and they just stay on LinkedIn. You want to make them real life connections. So taking someone for a coffee chat, if they're far away, do a Zoom call or a joint, like a video call. You know, you can even do 3 or 4 people in if you have to on a WhatsApp call. We've got technology. It's so easy to connect. I think one of the funniest things for me, especially over the last year, I've been doing lots of AHA Club events. So that's the Agents Helping Agents event. And then I love to like pick 3 or 4 people out of that, people that were at the AHA, because I do find the events overwhelming when there's lots of people and everyone's talking. I don't feel like I can really connect and get to know someone, which for me is actually the point. I want to connect with people and get to know real people with real relationships. So sometimes it's so funny when you have a coffee with an agent and eventually they're like, okay, but what do you want from me? That I think we're in such a world where people think you need to want something from them. So be the person that don't want anything, but build a potential friendship or a potential relationship, because you never know when you can get to collaborate and when you can get to work together. But it is quite sad that we're in a world, and we're all the same, where sometimes we're like, okay, but why are you nice to me? So be so nice that people don't wonder why you're nice to them. That's just what you do. It's who you are. So the trust that you build online will become real relationships offline, and it could become a business deal, or it could just become a really good friendship, someone that you meet in this world, in this lifetime that you were meant to meet. So as we wrap up our 3 series, I just want to do a quick little recap again. So you want to build that profile where you really stand out. And it doesn't need to be perfect the first time that you do it. You just need to start improving in the things that you've learned in the training year. And you can even say, you know what I'm going to do? Once a month, I'm going to put out a LinkedIn hour. And in that LinkedIn hour, I'm going to do some content that I can use in the upcoming month. I'm going to do 1 or 2 new banners that I can use in the upcoming month, so that you actually have got scheduled time that I'm doing some LinkedIn content for this 1 hour. It's something that you've never done before, and it will expose you and start putting you in platforms where you can build real relationships. And again, think about the content that you do. We did a lovely content plan in that session too. You've got the recording, go review it again. If you need some inspiration, go to the PDF document that I sent you so that you can look at content ideas there. Sometimes you'll see something and you won't do anything like it, but you'll be like, oh, that just sparked an idea. And then you roll with a beautiful plan that you come up with for content. And then you want to take it from that app into real relationship. So always remember, it's not a dating site. You are not building relationships that is just for the sake of it. It's all professional people that you are building relationships and friendships with. And if you keep them in the app, then it actually feels a little bit pointless. But when you take them into real relationships, that very often is where the magic can, will, and probably would happen in the future. So you're ready to use LinkedIn with a purpose, not just use it for the sake of using it, like a lot of people are using social media apps for the sake of using it. So start using it with intent, start using it with purpose, and always think of what I'm doing here. I'm translating or transitioning into a real relationship. And if you don't look for those opportunities to make real relationships out of it, then you really aren't spending your time to the best of your ability. I'm so glad you guys joined me here. We'll open the floor in a minute for questions and answers, but this was so much fun. I'll probably pop you an email through if you are in the Cape Town area. I'd love to see you. I think it's next week for the business planning for 2026. It is my most exciting thing of the year. I always love to plan for the new year. Dream a little, put some goals out there to know that next year when I move, I'm not just moving with busyness, but I'm moving with purpose, that I know I'm going to touch a life, I'm going to help someone, I'm going to do something that is good for this world. So I'm looking forward for those of you that are in the Cape Town area, and then obviously a couple of days later there is online for those of you that are not in the Cape Town area. So I really hope I get to see you there. But I'm going to finish this one off, and then you guys are welcome to open the floor for any questions or comments. Hi, Merinda, go for it.
Hi, listener. Hi, guys. A quick question. You mentioned about your planning for next year. Where did you send the invite out for that, or where is that?
I'm actually going to post it for you. Give me a second and I'll post it in here. And it is on the same site then where you RSVP'd for this. But I'll stick a link to the event. Merinda, are you in Cape Town?
Yes, in Joburg.
Yes, I thought so.
Actually, I want to meet with you and Keegan because I discussed those sponsorships with you very briefly.
Okay, I'm going to stick this in. Keegan's unfortunately not going to be here. He's going to Iron Man. But I'm sticking this one in. It's on the 2nd of December. I'm nice for him. I don't want to do that ever. Don't make me.
No, running, swimming, cycling, too much sweat.
I'm telling you. So that one, the first one is the in-person one, and then I'm going to post the second one, which is the online one, which is on the 4th of December. So the 2nd of December is in Belleville in person, and then the second one is on the 4th of December, and that's going to be online. I think it's 10 till 12 in the morning.
And where in Belleville is it?
It's going to be at, I think it's number 3. I always got confused, either 3 or 5 High Street. It'll be in the link. It's the VTC training offices that we've booked.
I know where that is, yeah. Okay. And then you said something about a PDF, but I've looked through my emails quickly and I don't see any PDFs.
It actually says, so in the email you would have received, did you receive the email for it says replay session 2?
Yes.
I mean, have you got that one? So it's in that email. So it'll say here is the PDF or gift as promised, and then the word gift is a hyperlink.
Oh,
so
I see.
On that, it'll open it up for you.
Perfect. Got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Melody, you can go for it.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask, where would the links of these recordings be sent?
To the same email that you used when you registered. So
Okay.
Through that system. So whichever email address you used, replay 1 was sent already, replay 2 I sent earlier today. And replay 3 will go out for today's session, will go out tomorrow.
Okay, and then the business clinic one on the 4th of December will also go that way, because I
Yes.
won't make it that day because I have a clash, unfortunately, so I'll have to watch it back later. Yeah.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, but it'll also be going to that same email address. And then I'll probably reach out to some of you so you can send me a review on the on the LinkedIn sessions I did with you. So I'd appreciate it if I send you an invite, if you can pop me a review of the training. Paul, you've got your hand up.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Lisna. Let me open the camera. Okay. Thank you so much for this session, and thank you for, I'm back on LinkedIn, and I've just posted about this masterclass. So I'm really excited to be back on the roll. Thank you for everything.
Amazing, well done. I'm so happy for you. I can help, but you have to take the action. If people on the call the action, nothing's going to happen.
I've just done one post, and also just to advise that the recordings are found you on YouTube. So if you have YouTube, you can just subscribe to the channel, and all the recordings are there.
That is it, 100%. Thanks,
Yeah.
It was good to see you. I'm looking forward to visiting you in KZN again next year.
Yeah.
Yvonne, you can go for it. I'm not sure if you're talking, Yvonne, but you're muted.
Apologies. yeah, a few of us said that when we wanted to open the gift, it indicated access denied. So what should we do?
Let me quickly check. It probably has sent me a request to grant you access. Let me just quickly see what it's doing on my side. I'm wondering.
I'm sorry to have to ask because I know this was already mentioned, but it has flown somewhere in a different universe out of my brain. This gift thing, what is it and where can I find it? I know we literally just spoke about it, but it literally
happens to me. You make me feel less alone in this world, Melody. So it actually is after the content one. I've got a 25 LinkedIn post ideas PDF document, which I have included in the email. I just want to see because normally it would ask me. I'm trying to see if it's asking me because it's a bit big. Okay, yeah, on share. Access requests. I can see there's 16 requests lying here. So I'm assuming it's people that have requested you, like Cynthia, all of you. It's come through. So I'm just approving it on this side and then you're going to be able to see it. You'll probably get a notification to say that I've opened it up to you. So let me just do this, see if I can do. Oh, here we go. I can
Probably have 3 or 4 from me.
All.
Thank you, Leslie.
All of you should now. Florrie, yours didn't go through. Let's see.
Melody.
Yes.
Sorry, I just want to mention. Sorry, I just want to put these things off. Sorry. I just wanted to mention, Melody, that's spamming, yeah?
What?
Sending her about 4 requests.
It wasn't me though. It was someone else.
It wasn't Melody, it was someone else, but I didn't get
It was me, Jan.
I think it blocked you.
Okay, that's spamming.
I think I didn't get the email.
Yeah,
How can I?
It probably did, Lesna.
How can I get that email?
It's in your second
actually,
email.
I didn't get it. I'm
After
going
second
through
session.
all of them.
It is in the second email. I sent it today. I can't see now which email address it would have gone to because it automatically goes from the back end of the system. Let me see if I can see which. Oh, I'm going to be able to see.
Yeah, the thing is for me, it also asked me to read, like I already had RSVP'd. And then today it sent me an email asking me to RSVP again. And then I didn't receive the link.
That's the email that had the so it didn't really ask you. It just if you were on the mailing list and you didn't RSVP, it'll give you an opportunity to do so. It had the replay in it, and then it also had the gift in that email.
Just above the.
I think I'm finding it now. Okay, maybe I moved this out to a different mailbox.
Yes, I think it could be. It depends on which one you used when you signed up, because that's automatically the list of people that have signed up. They would get it. I'm trying to see.
So when you click on the get free gift and it takes you to this link, what do you do there? Because there's nothing.
Say you want to view, or what does it ask you?
3 choices. You get 3 choices. That's why you got so many requests.
I'm on it, so I'm seeing if something's coming through. Just see if you can submit any sort of request, and then I'll.
Yeah, it actually asks you to send a request. Yeah. But not 4 times, just once.
I didn't know if I was clicking on the right one, so I did it 3 times, one on each one.
Did it work, Melanie?
I'm trying to see.
Are you still
okay? Wait. Now I think it's given me a different page. Okay, I sent the request. Hopefully I did the right thing.
I'm gonna refresh and see if something comes through on my
I'm
side.
usually pretty good with technology. This was a little bit of a fail for me. Apologies. I don't know what's happening.
Let me go out and back in. Oops.
I think I moved that email in a different mailbox accidentally.
I know you want to chat, but I need to say goodbye because I've got an AGM to go to. So I just want to say thank you, Lesna.
You're welcome, Cynthia. I'm very glad you're here. It's good to see you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Everybody. Thanks, Jan, and everybody have a good evening and a good weekend ahead.
Thanks.
And just kill LinkedIn, okay?
Thanks so much, listener. It was
You
awesome.
guys are welcome. It was nice to see you. Melody, I did get it and I've just accepted it. Oh, and Michelle and Karen and lots of other people. I just sent it back to all of
Can
you.
you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you. I received it. I saved it. It's beautiful. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. It was awesome to spend this time. I'll see you in the business clinic. Have an amazing evening. What's from Kirby? Kirby. Oh, sorry. I'm here, Kirby. I'm not going anywhere.
I just want to ask, have you seen Devon Shepherd's LinkedIn profile?
Yes, we
I think it's-
collaborate quite a bit. So